Welcome back to Best Friends Talking Sports. Reese, did we miss our crowd? We missed our crowd.
I missed the crowd.
I missed the crowd, man. I missed the crowd.
I'm
full
full of turkey,
crew.
full of cranberry sauce, all that good stuff.
I'm full. I'm ready. I'm full of that home baked macaroni and cheese. I miss Jasmine. I miss Charles. I missed you. I missed y'all.
Just full of misses.
And just full of misses. And right now, we finna get into what y'all want to hear about right now, which is football. And we gonna talk about the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. The Baltimore Ravens won the score of 23-16. Yeah. You know, Tom Savage, as we mentioned earlier, you know, he's nothing really to talk about, but he is what the Texans need, even though they really don't need him.
That's real. So, that's real. Every team need a quarterback.
Every team need a quarterback, but they don't really need him. So, like we were, so Tom Savage, he was 2 for 37, 252 yards with 2 interceptions. Lamar Miller was basically the grunt work, basically the workhorse. Basically, he's the only one that had a touchdown. He had 17 carries at 51 yards. His longest was from 17 yards. Alfred Blue did his job. He put in work. I would say I didn't watch the game, but he put in work. He had 8 carries in 15 yards, and his longest was 6 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, he up there trying to do the thing, y'all. DeAndre, shout out to Will Fuller, even though he's hurt, he trying to do the thing too. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. Just shout out to the whole Texans. Like, it's just, Deshaun Watson had them believing, and I was believing too. And then when he got hurt, out of nowhere, I was like, well.
And one thing about the Texans, we all feel like they were a playoff contender.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Until Deshaun got hurt. Like you were just mentioning and talking about Will Fuller, Braxton Miller, DeAndre Hopkins. They have the weapons. They have the talent.
Yes,
and not only that, they have the defense without J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt.
Last season, they were number 1 in the league in defense without J.J. So that just goes to show you if they can get a quarterback, which they did have. He just went down with injury.
Yes.
If they can get a good consistent
strange injury. It was a non-tack injury.
A strange injury. And I've seen that happen.
Non-contact. But they said that he could have tore it when he was playing the Seattle game when he was running over the field because, you know, trying to catch up with the squirrel. That's hard.
That's real.
The squirrel be moving. And you got to move, too, because he be moving. So, speaking of the Houston Texans, we can get on to the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco, I heard your boy was running. I heard the boy had some wheels. No touchdowns, no interceptions. He did all right. He was 20 of 32. He had 141 yards. Sam Conch, if I'm just pronouncing this right. He was 1 for 1, 22 yards. So he was trying to help and produce. Joe Flacco did some rushing. He did 6 carries for 42 yards. I didn't even know Joe Flacco had wheels like that. That's the old Joe. Joe's had Flacco. Joe's had Flacco. Joe's had wheels. You know, he had wheels even at the University of Delaware, and then even in his earlier years in the league. It's just like, you know, when you become older as a player and a quarterback, you kind of change the game. You know, LeBron was dunking on everybody. Not to switch sports, but LeBron was dunking on everybody. He still do.
He still do, but now he's more of he can get that jumper going. He might get a.
Well, he told everybody he's not a jump shooter. He let everybody know that he's not a jump shooter.
And that's crazy. He's not a jump shooter, but can do it. Shot over 50% one season. But that's another time.
He's not a jump shooter, y'all, but he can do it. You know, he's not a jump shooter, but he can do it like he said. But Baltimore just played a really all-around tough game, I think.
Their run game was pretty good, too.
Yes.
Alex Collins, the running back out of Arkansas, you know, he was the next best running back after Darren McFadden left Arkansas. You know, he was their next back.
Speaking of Darren McFadden, he got released by the Cowboys.
Yeah, women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Show don't. Shout out to Jay-Z. Yeah. They sure don't, because his number was garbage.
And it was, like I said, it was kind of a slow game. Like I said, it was really like a lot of just a black and blue is what you say.
Yeah, black and blue game, a lot of bruising, a lot of running, keeping the ball.
C.J. Mosley in that linebacker core did really well of Baltimore. You know, he had 5 tackles. He had 5 tackles himself. Kevin Johnson also had 7 solos, 2 plays for the Texans. So it was a really good defensive-minded game, running the ball. AFC game is what I call it.
It was basically a pure AFC game. Shout out to Benjamin Watson, who played for the Patriots. He's trying to get some reps. He was 3 receptions for 29 yards. Shout out to Danny Woodhead, running back for the Patriots. I love him. But he used to be running back for the Patriots, but now no more plays for Baltimore. And he was doing good. Shout out to what is going on with Jeremy Maclin. Jeremy Maclin was the hot grits. Was the hot grits in Kansas City.
And in Philly.
And in Philly, the hot grits. But when he got ran out of, was that him that got ran out of Philly? Yeah, that was him. That was the other boy that got ran out for the gang signs. But Jeremy Maclin got ran out of Philly too because of the situation they were having with their coaches. But I just haven't heard a lot from Jeremy Maclin a lot. That's very
He's trying to revamp his career. You know, once he left Kansas City, it was that, you know, it's your third team. So he was more so looking for a way to find himself. and the new offense. Once you get to your third team, you're kind of getting on not the latter end of your career, but you kind of get into the middle part. So you better find you a place where you're going to stick and make some money. You don't want to be bouncing around.
So as we look at the AFC South standings, I think the AFC South is garbage, low-key, but that's none of my business.
You're speaking facts. You have the Colts
I think the AFC South is garbage, but that's none of my business.
The Texans are struggling. It's a lot of struggling teams.
It's a lot of struggling teams.
The Titans are okay.
But I bet you the Titans win the division.
Probably. They have a good sound quarterback.
I bet you the Titans win the division.
Good running game.
Not even going to lie.
That would be pretty good.
I bet you Baltimore doesn't go to the playoffs either.
I can agree with that.
Because right now, they're behind Pittsburgh right now, and they're 6-5, and I do not see them. Only place I can see them catching up is Cincinnati catches up, and then Cleveland. There's not talk about them. They 0-11. They don't even need to be a team.
That's so funny.
But I
think Cleveland, they're gonna make it.
I need one win from Cleveland. That's it. I need one win. I need Deshaun Kaiser. He's the quarterback, correct? I need one win from Deshaun Kaiser. I just need one. That's it. I need one, and then I'm okay. I just need one win. But shout out to the leaders of the AFC North, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Patriots, they are tied for the number one record in the AFC. If the playoffs start today, Pittsburgh will be 1, Patriots will be 2. We will still have bye weeks. I am not complaining.
And that's good. Just looking at after the start, the Patriots had a lot of people thought they were going to be not the Patriots, but time is still time in the Patriots.
Y'all just got us all excited about that loss to Kansas City like the world was ending. That same thing happened when Kansas City beat us the first time in the first game and the world was ending. Brady was done. Belichick's getting fired tomorrow. It was all turn around. The man wins the Super Bowl. And we sitting there looking like, so we garbage? That's real. That's what we doing. That's real. But let's get into this other game. The other game, I'm trying to tell you, if I watched that Thursday night game, shout out to Dak. Yeah. They are trying to blame Dak for the reason why Dallas isn't a good game, and Dak is not the problem.
And this was an NFC matchup, right? Between the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Yes.
Cowboys and Redskins Thursday night game. NFC East, that's always a strong.
That's always a strong drama-filled fight. It's only because of Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones just likes.
And then a lot of those teams are some of your original NFL teams, like the Redskins, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Eagles. So it's a lot of championships in that division.
Yeah, Jerry
got a lot of brass in that division.
Yeah, it's a lot of brass. But Jerry got a documentary coming out on the NFL football called "My Life as Jerry Jones." Y'all should probably check that out. I ain't gonna check it out, but y'all should check it out because Jerry got some problems. But we're gonna get into Dak and Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, like I was trying to tell you guys earlier, or how I told Reece off air. I told Reece, Kirk Cousins will never get what he's deserved because he doesn't play like how he's supposed to play to get to what he deserves to play, to get paid for.
Understood. So by that, what do you mean by he doesn't play?
It's like Kirk Cousins has flashes. It's like every blue moon, it's like, yo, this is who Kirk could really be. And then the next game, you like,
so do you think
this is really who Kirk is? So it's like he has flashes. It's like one moment he's putting up 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, breaking records. The next minute he's putting up 200 yards, only 2 touchdowns, having about 3 or 4 sack fumbles. And it's like, I agree with you. He's very inconsistent. But I can see where they're saying that, like, if him and Eli are both on the market, 9 out of 10 you're picking Eli. I'm choosing Eli every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
And I don't know what sports fan wouldn't choose Eli just because you gotta look at numbers.
Numbers don't. What did you just say? Numbers don't lie. Men and women lie. Numbers don't lie. And like that. And I just feel like if Eli and Kurt get on the trading block, well, I think Eli should really get I think Eli really should say, fuck the Jets and just not play no more. Because when and this is really based off topic, but it's also on topic because Kirk Cousins and him are both could be potentially on the trade, could possibly be looking to be having better jobs. Kirk Cousins, his contract is up this year, and even though Eli is able to play during the whole season, him going through that situation where he's getting benched for Geno Smith, really? Geno. I'm just saying. Geno, out of all quarterbacks, you could have got Colin Kaepernick. You could have called Michael Vick out the dirt. Anybody. But you went and called Geno. I don't get that. But anyway, with those 2 quarterbacks coming off the situation that there is, I would see that Kirk Cousins, I get why Washington doesn't pay him the big bucks. I get it. I thought I didn't get it, but now I get it. I get it. I see why. Because he's so inconsistent. It's one, like I said earlier, one game, 4 touchdowns, 300-some yards. Next game, 0 touchdowns, 200 yards. It's like...
One thing about Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's as inconsistent as some may think, but some of the teams that he's lost to have just had very good defenses. Like the Cowboys have the number 1 pass rusher in the league, DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't know how the Cowboys always end up with DeMarcus. DeMarcus where and now is DeMarcus Lawrence. But DeMarcus Lawrence has 13.5 sacks this year. He's leading the league in sacks, and he had 2 last night. And not only with that, Kirk Cousins has faced, even though he has Josh Norman to go against in practice, he's faced some good secondaries. Just looking at what he's done, Kirk Cousins has been the most consistent quarterback since what RG3 did in his inaugural year, that first year. But Kirk Cousins has been able to get the
RG3 got them to the playoffs, though, in his first year, though.
Yeah, it was in his first year, and that's it. Yeah. And we haven't seen him since. But whereas you can have a Kirk Cousins who doesn't have the skill set, he doesn't have the skill set that an RG3 has. So he's gonna have a little bit more maturation time to get better. He's gonna have he's gonna need more time to become that quarterback that they need, which I think he's right there. They just need a Josh Doxson like they have, a Jamison Crowder, Samaj P. Ryan. They just have to build around
Shout out to the OU faithful, Samaj P. Ryan. Shout out to OU for playing in the Big 12 championship against TCU. Shout out. We're going to win this game, even though we ranked number 2, but I think that's still a little high.
But yeah, man, I think Kirk, he's not as inconsistent. He just has to become more consistent.
But the NFL is what have you done for me lately? And what has Kirk Cousins done for the Washington Redskins lately?
He's won for them.
Shout out to Janet Jackson.
He's won them games. He's the best quarterback I think they've had not since Doug Williams. That's too far back. But he's the best thing that they've had since RG3. You know, Donovan McNabb had his little stint in Washington. But as far as being a consistent winning quarterback, Kirk Cousins is about the best thing they had, I think.
But the league is what have you done for me lately, Reece?
He's been winning for him. The season isn't over.
But why will they not? But why will they not? What's the problem? Like I see what they're on the mentality is what have you done for me lately? But why will they not give him the big money? Why will he not take the big money? Is it because he's not? Is he? I don't think he's really inconsistent. I feel like him and Eli both going on the chopping block, and both him being out of his last year contract, and then Eli just saying, fuck the Giants, I don't want to play for y'all no more, and I want to go play for Tom Coughlin, which would be really nice, because then the Jaguars want to playoffs.
I doubt Eli would do that just because of who
Why not? The man was disrespected on national television more than one occasion.
But it kind
now, if this was a black man, it'd been a different story.
I don't know if the race card will really play with this one, just because, like you said, it's really a league of what have you done for me lately? What have the Giants done this season?
The Giants are what have done. This is how I categorize the Giants. I say that the Giants have done way more than anybody in that division has ever done. Taking inferences, yes, he did. He beat Brady. He's called the Brady Killer. He's beaten my husband 2 times. I have nightmares about these things. But anyway, he's beaten us twice. They took us to the Super Bowl. He's beaten the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. But as I'm saying, there's no reason why you would bench Eli for Geno Smith. And there's no reason why you would tell Eli, yo, we're going to have Geno Smith start, but then you could have some reps. Like, that's not...
I mean, that's football. That's sports.
These guys... That's wrong.
I mean, both of these guys are being paid.
You mean to tell me that Geno Smith has a better chance of beating the Oakland Raiders than Eli Manning has a chance of beating the Oakland Raiders?
At this point in the season, yes, because Eli hasn't shown he can win.
The man ain't got nobody to throw to, and Jesus damn sure can't come down from the Raptors.
He has people to throw to. He got people. Just because his best receiver isn't playing.
Who? Name. I need a receiver. Name one. Name one.
I mean,
name one.
Just looking at big receivers.
Name one.
Sterling Shepard.
He's out. Name another one.
Oh, you just said name a receiver, not there.
But he's out.
I mean, he has
his main receiving core was Sterling Shepard. They let go of Victor Cruz, so he's done. Brandon Marshall, we had to put an APB out for Brandon Marshall several times.
Yeah.
He never showed up. And then Odell, he was hurt, but then he came back and he played that good game, and then they were back on track, and then he got hurt again, and it was like he has nobody to throw to, so you really can't blame him. Like, who is he supposed to throw to?
I mean, you can blame him, and everyone else is on the team. It's 11-man football. Eli can't win by himself, and those other guys can't win by themselves. Eli throws it, somebody has to catch it. If they don't catch it, that's on them. So it's just one of those things that they're going to have to decide to do. Either Eli wants to stay and let Geno show it, or either Geno's not going to do good and he's going to fall by the wayside. But we have some more good football coming back, and we definitely want to finish chopping this up because we got some good Sunday games I'm looking forward to talking to.
Me too. We'll
be right back on BFTS, Best Friends Talking Sports, or the best freaking talk show ever. Yeah. Yeah, and we back.
Whoa. We are back for more hot topics, but to cap off.
Yeah. We were talking about that Thursday night game.
Got real hot.
We got to cap it.
Got to cap it, though. Got real hot.
So it was a 38-14 win for the Cowboys. They ran all over the Redskins. Dak got his hand swollen, actually.
I saw that. It looked kind of nasty. Mm-hmm. It didn't look healthy.
It looked bad, but he came back. Also, to wrap it up for the Cowboys, Dez Bryant did break Bullet Bob's Hayes touchdown record. It was a team record, so he has the most touchdowns in Cowboys history for a receiver.
Oh, so he wasn't fighting with old buddy?
No, not this week.
Not this week. Oh, okay.
But speaking of fights, we're gonna go shift over to the NFC. We got a couple of division races in the NFC.
Yes, we do.
We have a couple of big games coming up this Sunday.
We sure do. I am looking forward to these games.
One game I'm really looking forward to is that Vikings game.
The Vikings versus the Falcons.
Vikings play the Falcons, and also surprisingly, the Vikings are 9-2 this year without Teddy Bridgewater.
Shout out Case Keenum,
University of Houston product.
Shout out Case Keenum. Shout out Latavius Murray for blamming my
the Tay train.
Man, shout out to Latavius Murray for blamming my fantasy football league. I start you every week, baby, and you at least give me about 20-some points. I start you every week.
And one thing about this game I'm excited about is really a playoff push for the Falcons, and then it's a playoff make sure, if you understand, for the Vikings. So it's really for the Falcons to really try to get into the playoffs by winning this game, and then the Vikings really need this win to solidify their spot in the playoffs. And also, be it that Teddy Bridgewater is back healthy, Coach Mike Zimmer said that he's not going to make any immediate change at the starting quarterback position.
So Teddy B. Water not going to play no more?
So Teddy's not going to play just because Case Keenum is doing so good. You know, it's kind of like that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Exactly.
All right, Teddy B. Water, you can sit on the bench. I saw you crying last game. Shout out to Teddy B. Water. Teddy was crying, but Teddy been through a lot though.
What's one of your favorite traits about Teddy Bridgewater? With me, I like that he can use his legs, but he's smart as a quarterback.
I love
that. Deshaun Watson a lot.
Yeah,
Deshaun reminds me of him.
Yeah, I was just going to say that him and I love Teddy B. Water. Do like you do.
Water. I like it.
I love Teddy B. Water. He's amazing. I love Teddy B. Water before he even got his start with the Vikings when he came out of college. I said, yeah, Teddy B. Water finna be that. When he's in Louisville, shout out to Lamar Jackson too, even though he ain't gonna win the Heisman. Shout out to Baker Mayfield for winning the Heisman though. But Baker gonna win it. He deserves to win the Heisman. Because ain't nobody putting up numbers like Baker.
Except that running back out of Penn State.
Yes, for Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I can't forget about Saquon. Saquon Barkley is another beast. I think he reminds me of Beast Mode. He's another young Beast Mode. He's like a young Beast Mode, but
faster.
But yes, and if he gets into the league, sky's the limit for that boy. He might help Seattle. Seattle might be able to forgive Pete Carroll.
Speaking of running backs, Devontae Freeman is back this week.
Really? He cleared concussion protocol?
He cleared concussion protocol.
That's great. Is back. Shout out to your boy for clearing concussion protocol too, Luke Kuechly.
Luke actually evaded concussion protocol because I remember it was 2 weeks ago.
So he evaded that.
Yeah, well, he had went down and he was down for a little bit. And then he was like, "I'm good." Because everybody's like, anytime Luke go down, probably might be a concussion.
Oh,
he's been doing good. But yeah, they do get Devontae Freeman back. So now you're going to see.
Oh, so the running game's finna for Falcons.
I was about to say. So now the Falcons are finna get their whole offense back.
But you got to worry about Matty Ice, though, because sometimes Matty Ice be tricky.
Yeah.
Matty Ice be tricky.
But you know one thing I can say about Matty Ice, he really showed that he can win the playoffs. You know, before he got to the Super Bowl last year, it was his thing of not being able to get out of the first round, not being able to get out of the divisional round. So not only did he get out of the divisional round, he went to the big game and almost won.
Almost doesn't count though, because when your spot be 25, I'm gonna give you 30 points and I'm gonna win the game.
I'm telling you, but I think they're about to get back to hot Atlanta form.
Because I'm like Deion. I be feeling like what Deion Sanders said. I be trying to believe in him. I be trying, but then I can't do it no more because I don't know.
And they're gonna get better as the season progresses. You got too many veterans. Matt Ryan is a veteran. Julio veteran. Devontae, he's young, but he's a veteran in his own right. You got a lot of young guys like Justin Hardy. Shout out my dog Justin Hardy. Went to school together. play together. Then you also have Mohamed Sanu.
Shout out to Sanu because he's on my fantasy team, but I don't start him. But shout him out though.
Yeah, so the Falcons are gonna be good, and the Vikings are just surprising me by how much they've been able to do well on defense.
Oh yeah,
they have
that Vikings D
is
no joke.
They got one of the top sack leaders. You got Xavier Rose, one of the Kendrick brothers is one of their linebackers. He's actually hurt this week, but he's a pivotal part of their defense. So the Vikings are doing really well. Like I said, without Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy B. Water. Do like you do. Water.
B. Water.
B. Water. He be doing it. Another game that I'm looking forward to this year is the Patriots. Well, this week actually. I'm looking forward to the Patriots in the Buffalo Bills.
That's just because you're a fan.
No, yeah, not true.
I think it's just because you're a fan.
It's because I'm a fan, and also I'm sick of y'all talking about this damn Achilles injury that does not exist. I'm so sick of that. That Achilles injury does not exist. Like, the man is fine. Like, I'm 9-2, I'm 5-0 all the way, and they're like, Buffalo Bills is 6-5, and they're 4-1 at home. And I think they're going to the Razor. I think we're at the Razor. Oh, no. We're not at the Razor.
Y'all going to Buffalo?
We're going to Buffalo. We're not at the Razor. We're going to Buffalo, though.
Y'all used to the weather. You know, it's New York.
Yeah, it's cool.
New York, Boston.
You know.
Same, that northeastern type of weather. So it's going to be a cold game.
It's going to be cold. But shout out passing yards. Shout out to Brady for doing 3,374 yards, 26 TDs, and 3 interceptions. My baby is number one. Just number 1 yard. So if you want to know who's after that, then it's like, I think after that is, I know Carson. Oh, no.
It's probably Drew Brees.
No, actually that's incorrect. It's incorrect. It's me.
Tell me who it is.
Then it's Kirk Cousins.
Not you, Tom Brady.
Duh. But it's me. And then it's Kirk Cousins and it's Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Me,
so
Russell, and Kirk.
Top 3 passing leaders?
Yes,
That's
it is.
Good.
And Tyrod Taylor, he's up there too. Shout out to Tyrod for having 2,000 yards, 12 TDs, and 3 interceptions.
And he would have so much more if his receivers were able to pick it up earlier in the season. But he acquired Kevin Benjamin, so he got a big target.
But is Kevin Benjamin playing though? Because he didn't play he hasn't been playing the last game.
He played last week. I'm sorry. He played last week, but he still hasn't. He's trying to learn the system.
Do you think it's because he misses Cam and Cam is like not there?
I think it is. I think so. When you're going from a 6'5" quarterback to a 6 foot quarterback, so now you got somebody who can throw the ball to you high versus somebody who got to kind of move to get you. Yeah, you kind of got to move to get you the ball. Yeah, so it's just gonna be an adjustment, and they'll find it in practice. You know, just from running the route tree, they'll get it down. But Tyrod has other weapons, like I was saying. You know, Zay Jones, also another one of my former teammates. ECU, shout him out. Clay, the tight end.
Yep.
Kelvin Benjamin. Then they also have Shady McCoy. Shady is always going to be a fixture.
Yeah, the Patriots got to watch out for Shady McCoy because that man Shady could bust it open. And they got to watch out for Darren Lewis too because he's done 97 carries for 498 yards and 3 TDs. Brandon Cooks, a.k.a. Cookie, ride 'em Cowboys. He has 51 receptions and 869 yards and 5 TDs. That's another person that the Patriots really need to. He even said that he wants to be there for a long time in his career, but knowing BB, that might not work because he don't really go like that. And another game I'm gonna shout out. I'm looking forward to seeing Jimmy G and Mitchell Trubisky.
How you say Garoppolo?
Jimmy G is the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. And
what
you know what?
Prove your worth. I think Jimmy G did a great job of proving his worth. You know, when Tom Brady got hurt, when they hit him in his knee, he came in, he was winning, and he had a winning season.
No, baby got suspended for 4 games.
When I'm talking about when Tom got hurt, when they hit him in his knee, Jimmy G had to come in a couple years ago. He was able to show that he can be a
thinking about what's his name? Jimmy G wasn't there when Brady had hurt his knee.
Who was that when they hit Tom in his knee?
No, that was a Kansas City game. Shout out to KC for trying to hurt me. But that was the Kansas City. That was against who's this quarterback? That was it wasn't Brian Hoyer.
Was it Matt Castle.
Matt Castle. There you go. Matt Castle.
That was a Castle year.
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 That was the Castle year.
Jimmy G didn't come in until Jimmy G.
I was just seeing if he was a real fan.
Oh, but baby.
You a real fan.
Baby, stop it. That's the only injury that my husband has ever had, and I've only cried one time. But, yeah, Jimmy G, Jimmy G just started. Jimmy G started when...
For Deflategate.
For whatever that crap is. That's not even.
But Jimmy G did do a good job of showing his worth when Tom Brady was sitting down during the deflated game. He showed that even though he had to play against behind a first ballot Hall of Fame, he kind of pulled one of those Aaron Rodgers moves. You know, Aaron Rodgers played behind Brett Favre for a long time.
That's why I say Brett Hundley is gonna be. Y'all tripping. Brett Hundley gonna be good.
Because if you not, and I think a lot of people they mistake sitting behind and learning from. You know, they mess those two terminologies up. If you can really get behind someone and learn from them and take their and critique and take their what they're doing to get into the next level and what they're doing to become these first ballot Hall of Famers, you can't do anything but, you know, be good yourself. Sitting behind a Brett Favre, sitting behind a Tom Brady, sitting behind a Peyton Manning, it just helps you, I think, to have that mentor in your life.
Definitely. That's why I say Brett Hundley's going to be nice. Brett Hundley's going to be amazing. Brett's going to be nice. But this Jimmy G and Mitchell Trubisky, I like Trubisky, fam. I like Mitchell Trubisky. I call him Trubisky. As a shout out to Mooch. Trubisky. I love Trubisky. Trubisky's like, I feel like they've gotten over that Jay Cutler where Jay Cutler wasn't doing anything. And y'all have to remember, Jay Cutler does have type 2 diabetes. Just what y'all know.
I never knew he was a diabetic.
Yeah, he's a diabetic. He's type 2 diabetic. So when y'all see those black lines under his thing, it's because of his cancer.
Diabetes.
His diabetes, I'm sorry. Because of his diabetes, he has, like, I guess, something like less insulin. But he's able to play, but he has to take, like, insulin shots a lot. But he's still able to play, though.
Especially playing football. I can understand, especially playing football.
Yeah. He's playing football, but you would think, that they would understand that he's a different type of player. But going back to Mitchell Trubisky, getting off that Jay Cutler era and going into the Mitch era, it's gonna be a nice, especially with Josh Howard. Oh, Josh Howard is nice.
Josh Howard is nice. He's a great running back. And Josh Howard kind of just splashed onto the scene.
Man.
It's really is it Jordan Howard?
It's Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard on the scene as a runner. Him and Kareem Hunt did it around the same time. Kareem has kind of had a decline.
Kareem has been very quiet, though. He's been very decline. He's not really passing, but Kareem still starts as my fantasy, though, just to let you know. Him and Jordan.
And I think he can bust it up any week. It's just a simple fact that people are learning the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, they didn't figure them out.
But this is going to be a good game between the but the 49ers are starting CJ Beathard. I think CJ is going to stay for at least
No, they're not
starting
CJ. Jimmy G is starting.
I mean, here you go. But
they started
Jimmy G. I mean, not just for 2 years, but I think Jimmy G is going to have 2 seasons to show himself.
Yeah, definitely.
I think just from Jimmy G having to sit behind Tom, he can play, but the 49ers don't really have the time to really see if he's going to be their consistent guy. They spent money to get him. I would only see him having 2 years to really prove that he can be that guy for the 49ers.
Yeah, I believe that before he gets traded off to somewhere else.
Before he gets traded off or they spend a pick to get another first rounder. I think I'm feeling like he only has 2 years just to show himself and to prove his worth in San Fran. Yeah,
but we're gonna have to get to your Panthers and your Saints. Y'all both 8-3.
8-3 NFC South championship game in my eyes is for the battle for the division. The NFC South is dubbed the strongest division in the league.
Y'all have the less drama, but it's the strongest.
That's good, though, because all we do is play football. We have a little bit of drama.
Yeah, it's mostly around Cam. Cam is a drama person. It's mostly
around Cam. But when Cam is on the field, Cam is absolutely phenomenal. Drew Brees is absolutely every team in the NFC South. But it's a championship game for him. I'm looking forward to seeing how the defense of the Panthers can stop the offense of the Saints. The Saints have a good 2-headed running system with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. But they're going up against a top 5 Panthers defense. Julius Peppers is still kicking after 15 years.
Man, talk about Peppers.
Peppers is all-time sack leader.
Fire,
He's amazing. Of course, they have Luke Kuechly.
Yes.
Thomas Davis. Shaq Thompson, the line. I just call him a backer because he can play safety, he can play corner, he can come down and play linebacker. He can do it all in the secondary. So between that defense.
Shout out to Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is dope.
Shout out to the Wildcat. He's leading the league in receptions.
Oh, really?
Not in receptions, but targets. So as far as being thrown the ball to, leading the team.
Yeah, whenever Cam and Christian McCaffrey can get it together and they can start working, that'll be a great tandem. So your hurt players are Greg Olsen, but he's questionable. Yeah. Charles L. Johnson, he's out.
4-game suspension. Charles did get a 4-game suspension.
For what?
It slips my mind. I want to get y'all to know. Charles Johnson was out on a 4-game suspension. I have it right here.
So he did something bad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for performance-enhanced substance?
PEDs. And it was probably something he didn't know that he was taking that was illegal. So that's why the suspension is so short. You know, sometimes they're prescribed things. They take things like supplements that have banned, and they don't know.
But they don't know that.
And
it
it
was
comes
probably
up in a drug test.
Clear accident, probably most likely.
Yep. So Charles is out. Greg is questionable. He broke his foot.
Oh,
he broke his foot early in the season, so that's why Ed Dixon had to come in. He's been having a great season.
Yes, Ed Dixon has been doing.
The Saints are scaring me though, man.
They scaring you?
Mm-hmm. The Saints are scaring me. You know, Drew Brees is at 3 racks already as far as passing yards. He's at 3 racks. He's always going to do that. 3 racks of 3,000 for everyone who doesn't know. Mm-hmm. But the Saints do make me nervous because they're consistent right now. Anytime you can get a consistent team, they're hard to beat. They have a good running attack, a good quarterback on both sides of the ball. So I look forward to a good game. And I also feel the winner of this game will be the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
We'll play the Eagles in the NFC Championship game.
It's all about Pennsylvania, y'all. I'm ready to see Carson in the Super Bowl.
I think he's going to be great. I know he's great already. 10-1.
10-1. And they have like the best touchdown celebrations ever. I watch their football games just to watch their celebration. I like the bowling ones. I like the bowling one. I like the one where they did the hacky sack. No, that was Kansas City who did the hacky sack. But the bowling one is my favorite one. The pitcher one, where they did the group pitcher one, is my favorite one. And when they did the tag, the tag was Duck Duck Goose was my favorite one. I think Duck Duck Goose is highly my favorite one.
Speaking of Duck Duck Goose and finding things, and we're gonna wrap it up after this. So I want your thoughts on this one. How are you feeling about Eli being sat down for Geno?
I don't like it.
We're gonna close it out with you.
I don't like it because it doesn't make sense. I understand that football is about what have you done for me lately, and I get it because as I said, football is about what have you done for me lately. And I get that whole picture and I get that whole pattern. Correct. But knowing Geno Smith and knowing his credentials and knowing that he wasn't anything with the Jets, especially that's in the same. You're in the same.
In the same city.
Literally. Like, you're at MetLife. They're at the wherever.
One is in East Rutherford,
New Jersey, and the other one's at MetLife. They're down the street, people. You know what's going on. It's not like it's gonna be something where you don't know what's going on. So for them to be like, well, we're gonna start him over Eli, and I'm like, why? His track record doesn't say anything that you would start him over a 2-time Super Bowl MVP champion, a Brady killer, is what everybody calls him. It doesn't make any sense. It's like saying, you know what, we're gonna sit Michael Jordan for, let's see.
You don't even know.
Thank you. I don't even know.
That's
like saying you're gonna sit Kobe Bryant for Smush Parker. Really, fam?
That was a good analogy. But you know what? One thing I would say, because if you look at Kobe is one of the greatest, the second greatest shooting guard ever.
He's tied with MJ. It's Kobe, MJ, then Magic.
And Eli's going to be great in his own right. But I just feel like the coaches they're going to get fired. McAdoo is probably going to be fired.
I texted you that and I told you that. I said, who would you rather? I texted you. I think I told you. I said, who would you rather fire? Would you fire McAdoo or would you fire the GM?
Both of them are going to be gone.
Jerry Reese, he lost his mind.
But as a GM and as a head coach, you still have to do what's best for the team. And I've heard some other analysts speak on this, trying to give it clarity. You still have to do what's best for the team. And if you're not winning right now, you have to go to the next person. And not fortunately, but Geno Smith just happens to be the next person up. So
but you know what Geno do? Geno is like your next door neighbor. You know your next door neighbor is crazy. You know your next door neighbor pick up his trash. And your next door neighbor don't do nothing. So you just gonna hey, you know what? Come to the house.
They gotta just do what's best for the team, man. Like I said, Geno is just next up. So we'll see how it goes. I agree with you. I think Eli shouldn't have sat down, but. That's going to be our time for the day, my love.
Yeah,
this has been Best Friends Talking Sports.
Oh, my God. We missed y'all so much. Make sure you guys just check in, subscribe our YouTube page, and we will have more episodes coming up for y'all. See you when you see you.
See y'all soon, gang.
Peace.